Hey everyone, I'm Ethan with Awaken Catholic, and this is Awaken the Saint. It's hard not to be happy when getting a compliment. Who doesn't want to be told that they're great? Well, in fact, some of the saints, including today's saint, John the Silent. John was born in 454 in Armenia, or modern-day Turkey. His family was well off, but he lost his parents when he was a teenager. While still at this young age, he gathered 10 like-minded companions and built a monastery in which they lived and worked, spending their days in humble prayer and devotion. This little community gathered some attention as the years went on, and when John was in his late 20s, the Archbishop of Sebasta saw fit to ordain him as a bishop. John was mortified to quit his quiet monastery for the responsibilities of a bishop, but out of obedience, he took up the position offered to him. For 9 long years, John fulfilled his duties as Bishop of Colonia. He continued to deprive himself of daily comforts, and in doing so, served as a holy example for many. He guided the people of his diocese with energy and zeal, but he couldn't shake the feeling that he was in the wrong place. He prayed fervently that the correct path would be revealed to him. Then, one night, he saw a shining cross appear in the air and heard a voice telling him to follow it. The cross guided him to the monastery of St. Sabas. Confident that he was doing as God willed, he entered the monastery as a novice. As the lowest among the monks there, he performed menial tasks such as fetching water and moving stone to assist builders. He carried out these tasks gladly, and his virtue was soon recognized by Sabas, who appointed him to the role of guest master and later made him the monastery's steward. In time, Sabas thought that John was worthy of being ordained a priest and took him to the Church of Mount Calvary to begin the process. At this point, he still had no idea that John had been ordained a bishop many years ago. John asked to speak to Sabas privately, revealing that he had already been a bishop and explaining that he fled from the post because of his many sins. This really threw Sabas for a loop, and fearing that John had done something unspeakably awful, he held off on ordaining him. John, of course, was perfectly happy with this and didn't even try to correct the misunderstanding. Sabas only learned that he was heavily exaggerating his flaws after praying fervently and receiving a divine revelation. The two spoke and resolved the confusion, but John disliked fame so much that he insisted Sabas keep the truth a secret. Despite all of his attempts to remain unknown, John's sanctity was not something that could be hidden. As he grew older, more and more people visited him, seeking his guidance. Though he wanted nothing more than to live out his life in complete obscurity and continuous prayer, his doors remained open to all who wished to meet him until his death in 558. Enjoying our accomplishments isn't necessarily a huge evil to be avoided at all costs, but we should try not to become conceited. John is an extreme example, but he had the right idea. It's easier to avoid the sin of pride when we avoid the fame that leads to it. St. John the Silent, pray for us.